On September 17, 1961, 17 days after TWA Flight 529 crashed in nearby Clarendon Hills and killed 78 people, another accident at O'Hare International Airport claimed the lives of 37 more people. At 8:55 a.m., the airport tower clears Northwest Flight 706 for takeoff on runway 14 right. The Electra gains speed. All seems normal. The near-new 4-engine Lockheed Electra becomes uncontrollable shortly after takeoff. 300 feet above the pavement, the right wing dips lower by itself, without the crew touching the controls. The shallow bank becomes steeper. Precious altitude is lost. It isn't possible for the pilot to apply enough opposite aileron pressure to bring the right wing up. The bank reaches 90 degrees. Mystified, the flight engineer disconnects the hydraulic boost for the ailerons. It has no effect. The plane angled sideways, the wing severs high-voltage power lines. An explosion lights up the sky. Smashing into a dirt embankment along railroad tracks, the impact causes pieces of sheet metal and human remains to scatter along a 1,000-foot path of destruction. In common with the demise of TWA Flight 529, the Civil Aeronautics Board begins an investigation. Assuming that lateral control was lost, investigators study the aileron control system. A review of the Electra's maintenance records comes first. Problems with its ailerons were logged 3 months earlier. 2 of the write-ups requested a test flight, but it never happened. Instead, the aileron boost assembly was replaced. To change it, a mechanic removes a piece of safety wire from a connector that relieves tension in a control cable. After replacing the boost assembly, no one checks the tension or if the safety wire is reinstalled. And the mechanics don't get an inspector to check their work. As the mechanics leave for home, the next crew isn't told about the lack of safety wire or the loosening of cable tension. From the summer of 1961 until the day of the accident, the connector gradually unscrews. Smudging on a companion connector reveals that safety wire shielded its surface from fire and soot, but the failed connector was found coated with soot. Between June 27 and July 11, 1961, the plane had flown 29 flights with passengers aboard. Any one of those flights could have ended in a crash. The CAB investigation report cited a lack of training, poor supervision, and gross negligence. The flight failure book examines the details of Flight 706's short life and how the mystery of its loss was solved.